Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
All right, welcome everyone from the sunny state of Florida with a new haircut. Here we are, another deal reveal. I'm super excited to be here in our magical Muggles mansion. The name has not been decided yet, but I am sitting in a beauty of a property right now, and soon we'll be able to reveal this full deal, but not yet, because we want to make a big impact during our upcoming virtual bus tour. We have the photographer, videographer, everyone is coming on Sunday, and we're officially launching on Monday. That is definitely the updated timeline as of right now. Thank you, Darshan. Thank you. Appreciate it. I have not had hair this short since grade 9. Oh, good Lord. It's been a long time. But Janie said I wasn't spontaneous enough, so that's what happens. So I'm just going to give a little quick sneak peek of this property. I am currently sitting in Hagrid's hut right now. All right. So we have dragon eggs. We have, of course, let me point in the right direction, a karaoke machine. Why is there a karaoke machine in Hagrid's hut? Because you didn't know, he loves doing karaoke on a 180-inch screen. And while we're just chilling, how about we just, plop in a motorcycle with sidecar. This is the exact model of Hagrid's motor car and sidecar from Harry Potter. We've got lazy boys, 2 sets of lazy boys. We've got a massage chair in the back for those long days after Disney or Universal. And this is one of the 10 rooms in this house that we have full themed, full immersion experience. And so we're super excited. So enough about that, but hopefully that was a cool enough teaser to have you come join us during our epic bus tour. And thank you, everyone. Appreciate all the comments. So let's get going. What is the deal reveal for those of you who are here for the first time? It's an opportunity for us to get together and get excited because we get to analyze deals really quickly. We are able to see deals that sometimes outperform what might be in your market, in your backyard by 4, 8, 10 times the cash flow. And so basically, we are being very objective in our investing. We're not getting swept away by emotions. We are really looking at the numbers, and we're investing where it makes sense. And sometimes, rather often, especially lately, we've been having a lot of our community members come on to the deal reveals to reveal their very own deals. And today is no exception. We have Tony in the house who is going to be revealing a deal that he, fingers crossed, should be closing tomorrow. And if it's not tomorrow, we won't be too disappointed. But it's a deal under contract. Everything is ready to go. The only thing missing is actually having the title company send the documents so Tony can sign on the dotted line and get the lender, everyone coordinated for that closing. So Tony, I have already promoted you to a panelist. And so you should be able to unmute yourself at this time. Let's make sure you can.
Hello?
Yes, there you are. I hear you.
Great.
Fantastic. Maybe I don't hear you super loudly, so I don't know if you can maybe speak up or do something on that side, but I do hear you. Welcome, Tony.
Hey, how's this? Good?
It is better. How's everybody? Let's just make sure they can hear in the chat. If you can just make sure your Tony's volume is good enough. All good. Yes, perfect. We're good, Tony. So fantastic. Thank you so much for joining in. And I'm just going to let everyone know what is their mission over the next couple minutes. Is this a deal or no deal? And let's hope Tony found himself a deal. So Tony, if you want, you can turn on your camera. If not, audio is fine as well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this deal to get us started here?
This deal is not actually in Cleveland, as anyone would expect, probably. Great place. It's basically a story of when you look for seller finance, seller for sale by owner deals. I was going on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and things like that. I got a lead of a guy who was selling 7 houses in a package. They're all fully occupied. 7, it was amazing. That deal, I thought, oh, this is going to be perfect. Then I found out basically they're rooming houses for people who are in between living on the street and Section 8. So that needed, although the numbers were like 9,000 a month, crazy income. The reality was that it needed a lot of management, which I couldn't find at a distance. So, but that put me into the great metropolis of Akron. And so one of the agents I was working with, she said, okay, well, I live here. I'll look around for you. Long story short, I bought a just fixed up house in Akron, and I'm doing really well with the Airbnb model. The first 30 days, it made about $4,000. Now that we're into June, July, it's doing a little better than that. This is a house I paid $76,000 for. So that's great. Now, the deal we're going to look at today is hopefully going to be my second one. I looked down in the town or city of Canton, which is just south of Akron. Akron is just south of Cleveland, to give you a perspective. So looking around now with the Airbnb, it's better to be near a tourist attraction such as Disney World, Disneyland. But in Canton, the big attraction is the NFL Hall of Fame. They have a stadium, they've got a huge thing there, it's a big thing. And so I looked around close to the Hall of Fame. Very, very competitive market, bidding wars like crazy, but I managed to get one that is a 3-bedroom, really cute house for $117. And I started bidding for houses there, bidding $40,000 over asking and still not getting them. It's been pretty crazy. So this one is really kind of nice. It has 3 bedrooms, as I said, kind of a rich style. It's not much to look at. Should I share my screen?
Yeah, you should be able to share your screen.
Okay, I'm just going to go to here, share. Okay, can you see?
It's coming. Yeah, there it is. Yep.
So now here's the house here, and we go through the pictures. It's got hardwood floors, got a nice dining room, got a kitchen that isn't so bad either. This is a dining room, and we can see that there's the okay kitchen, you know, because when you're doing an Airbnb, it's got to have nice stuff. And the one in Akron has a new fridge and gas stove, and this one, I'm like, oh, good, I don't have to rebuy the big pieces.
Yep.
So this is a house. Come up here, really big bathroom. That's a jacuzzi over there. Stand-up shower here. His and her sinks, I believe, were here. And there's a jacuzzi bathtub. Yeah, there we go. His and her sinks.
Mm-hmm.
One room. Okay, this here, what you're seeing isn't a bedroom, it's a closet.
Yeah.
2 of them that size are crazy. So there's the rooms and other closet. Now, this is the interesting bit here. This house was owned by a guy named Dave. Dave was a cool guy. Dave made his own bullets. Dave had a Harley. Dave had 2 Mustangs hidden right here behind his white door. Beautiful. Unfortunately, Dave is no longer with us, so his wife is selling the house. But this is a normal garage, but this here's a double. And what Kyle is sitting in right now is also 2 garage, but that's been turned into a man cave with a theme. So this is the plan here now. With this garage on the right, the 2-man garage, it's got electricity in it. And wouldn't that be a great man cave? Football themed, foosball table, big screen, bunch of chairs. And that's the kind of inspiration I had this morning when I saw Kyle's man cave. So that's going to be a great thing to increase rentals. Now, I think a lot of people are thinking of doing Airbnbs, which is great because compared to rentals, it's a no-brainer. You basically have better people. You have people paying tonight, right now, I have someone paying me $2 and change a night in my Airbnb. When it gets to the football season, this place with the big man cave, the garage, plus the three-bedroom house, really close to that, should get, I don't know, 400 or 500 a night maybe. So that's a good thing compared to if you have a house for 117 rented out, you only get maybe just over $1,000 a month. Here, you're getting, even without the football Hall of Fame season, I can get maybe $1,000 a week. So this is fun. So this one I've grabbed. The roof was about 10 years old. The inspector saw that. The repairs, I basically have to replace the ceiling paint on the porch. The basement's already been waterproofed. I hope Dave left his bulletproof making equipment, but we'll see when I get there. I'm pretty doubtful that he left me a Mustang. So, but you never know. So hopefully, yeah, the closing for tomorrow, actually, someone named Dan did do his paperwork. So Dan is delaying everyone till Wednesday.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Now, should I go into the financing soap opera story around this deal, or?
Yeah, real quick. I mean, don't need to go for an hour, but yeah, tell them what came up in this deal. What are the big lessons that come out of it as well?
Okay, so being Canadian, I say that to the financiers saying, I'm Canadian and I need a loan. Okay, so that's great. They say, fine, no problem. I have entities set up by Bob in Texas there, and he set me up 2 entities. So that's the entity that is buying it with an EIN tax number. That's normally fine, but we went with a new lender that we haven't gone through the deal with. And when it got to the underwriting stage, someone in a cubicle somewhere who's very detail oriented said, hey, we can't just go with an entity buying it with its own tax number. We need a tax number for the owner of the entity. And I needed an ITIN. It's been applied for, hasn't come yet. So that stopped that whole deal about 2 weeks before closing, which was fun. So we scrambled.
Which is not a common thing either. This was a new lender with a new requirement. So Tony was the guinea pig. He self wanted to be the guinea pig, but there's some amazing upsides potentially to being the guinea pig. So I just want to say that. So there was a hiccup because Tony doesn't have his ITIN yet. The ITIN, the individual tax identification number, typically gets flushed out in your first tax filing. So if you start this journey in May, well, you can wait all the way up to next March before your CPA and you apply for the ITIN. That's usually how it happens because there's no real rush to get an ITIN. It just happens in the first tax filing. And with this lender wanted it to issue a loan, which created a problem in this case.
Right. So the solution there was to call Pete the broker and say, ah, and so then I actually called Pete, Anthony, and Carolyn, 3 different brokers saying, yeah, who can help me? So Anthony put together some options for me, which were good. And then Pete came back with, well, to save the deal on the closing day or a week after, we've gone with a private lender who will do an interest-only loan. So what's happening is we're refinancing the Akron property, which I bought cash. So the refinance of that at 60% plus the purchase of this at 60% loan to value together equal exactly the purchase price of $117,500. So that gets me to close. He funds the whole down payment and the purchase. So the only money I have to pay at closing are the closing costs of the title company, a few $1,000s here or there. No worries. That gets me in the game, takes down the house for $117,000, and I pay him interest only of about $1,200 for both the refinance on Akron and this purchase in Canton together. So that's fine for a couple months until my ITIN comes in. Then at that point, the good news happens because this new lender, I'm not sure how many of you have looked into financing, but Canadians have to pay 30% down standard. And then you get interest rates of somewhere between 7 to 11%. That's sort of what we have to go through. This new lender, if we have an ITIN, apparently, will do 80% loan to value. That means only 20% down, and I'm getting 6.5 or 6 to 7% interest rate. So not bad interest, great 20% down. And as an added bonus, instead of me spending, I don't know, $600 to $800 for an appraisal, this one will accept one that's only costing $250, which is a real bonus. So Pete, the broker, has this lender that will let you do 20% down on the deal, $250 for an inspection, and they do 75% of value on a refi where everyone else is at 60 or 70. So if all this goes well, this is a go-to lender that will give you 20% down and 75% refi, which means I should come out of this whole thing with, what do you think, $50,000 American in my pocket after purchasing this house and refinancing my Akron house. And $50,000 is a good chunk to look at some more deals. So just to keep the financial situation rolling, recycling the money. Now, the good news is when I bought this house in Akron in October, I spent $76,000. I am going to be refinanced at a value of about maybe 120 at 75%, which means I'm actually making money buying the house. And because the market's so crazy in the last, 6 to 8 months, I'm putting in 75 and I'm pulling out, what, 92? Yeah.
A perfect burr.
Yeah, and the good news is I bought this from a guy who just put in $40,000 to fix it up with a new roof, new windows, new siding, new carpet, new paint, all that. And I just dropped 13 grand a week ago to new furnace and air conditioning, high efficiency. So that's done. So there's nothing left to fix on this 100-year-old house, 110-year-old house, other than if something breaks, like the screen door that whipped. Get this, I didn't have one of those $5 springy things on the screen door, and the storm took it and whipped it against the veranda. $400 to replace the door and a new $5 springy thing.
Right.
There's the big lesson.
There's a lesson right there. So
yeah.
amazing. And there's a couple of people in the chat, they're asking like who the lender is and whatnot. And Tony, you can choose if you want to share that or not. But before you do, I want to put in a big disclaimer here that this is not someone, a lender that we've gone through and through. When we give you, names and contacts, it's because it's people we've worked with. They have, gone through the time and tested. But that's a huge advantage of being a part of the community. It's that, yes, Janie and I, and, we're testing, we're pioneering, we're doing our thing, but the community is as well. And together we're able to basically share those resources. But if and it's looking good, but if it does go through, this is going to be a big game changer for these type of properties, right? An extra 10 to 15% on the LTV and about a point less on average, on the interest rate on the loan. These are solid improvements. So fingers crossed. So yes, so Tony, why don't you give us a little bit, like the 5 minute, how do the numbers look on this? So you told us the purchase price. So if you were to do the deal reveal style real quick, how would this look? So people can chime in if they think this is a deal or no deal.
Sure. Okay, so the purchase price is $117,500. The real estate agent said that they could have in this market gotten $125 if they really wanted to hold out. The appraiser said actually it was lower than $117, which is kind of surprise. But hey, whatever. What they're doing is going on past things. And this spring has been crazy. I don't know what the summer will do. So I'm okay with $117,500 for this purchase, right? Then we have a website called, you might want to write this down, airdna.co, airdna.co. What that is a site that will give you a guesstimate based on Airbnbs in the neighborhood, what yours could make if we put in an address. So you could go airdna.co, I put in this, This is supposed to do just over 50,000 a year, this house. So that's pretty good numbers. So if I average 1,000 a week over the whole year, that means in January it's going to be low, but obviously the football season is going to be awesome. So overall, 50,000 per year is going to be good. It cost me 117, so my payback is pretty good there. The mortgage is going to be the refi about 350, and the mortgage, I can't remember, something maybe around $500, 26. So that will mean that if you figure $500 a month for property insurance, taxes, actually the taxes on this house are double what they are in Akron. Akron is $660 per year. This house is like $1,300 a year. And the insurance, yeah. So I'm basically looking at $500 a month for utilities, insurance, and all that sort of stuff. It should make $1,000 a week as an Airbnb. The repairs were basically there's a little bit of siding in the back corner coming loose. The paint in the porch needs to be done. Paint on the back stairs needs to be done. And the expense of turning the garage, which was formerly 2 Mustangs and a Harley, will be maybe a foosball, big screen TV, that sort of thing. Which I'm
and
not
a
sure.
motor car.
That's what.
Excellent.
Hopefully he left the Harley. Who knows?
That'd be pretty sweet.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
for the people listening in, at any point, right, feel free to chime in if this is a deal or no deal. And yes, Puria, this is short term. Tony is planning on putting on Airbnb and such. Yes, that's how he's getting 1,000 a week. Expected to get 1,000 a week. Yeah.
And the location is Canton, Ohio, which is just south of Akron, which is just south of Cleveland.
And for fun, Tony, you taught me a little something about Canton. What was it, 3 weeks ago? With the some money coming into that region. I mean, do you want to?
Oh, okay.
So a little bit.
So this is actually Akron, not Canton. Canton is like a much newer city. Akron was really big a century ago. They used to make all the tires for Detroit. Obviously, that industry has moved on. So what you have are a bunch of 110-year-old houses that you can pick up for anywhere from 70,000 to, I don't know, 120, that sort of thing. One of the owner that I bought my house in Akron, he has 50 more houses coming up for sale. Every one of them will have a new roof, new siding, new windows, new doors, new carpet, new paint, ready for move-in. He offered me one for 115,000 that had 6 bedrooms. 6 bedrooms. One of them was on the ground floor. If you're going to do Airbnb, the ground floor bedroom and bathroom are gold. So that's what to look for. As many bedrooms as you can get, ground floor bedroom. Anyway, the Akron, city of Akron, one of my guests in the house I was talking to, and he said that they have just put in $150 million of computer equipment, and they're setting up a data mining location in Akron because the electricity there is so cheap, which you'd never expect. But yes, instead of wiping out the electrical grid in Kazakhstan, they're moving over to places like United States because it's cheap electricity. So they're reselling their data mining to other people at a profit because it's so cheap. So there's an industry that you'd never expect moving into an old town of Akron. And so I have no idea why people come to Akron. All I know is that we basically get maybe, I don't know, 5-6 days a month not rented, and they're all Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Every weekend solid. Sometimes I get a week-long thing. I have a guy in July going to pay me $2,000 for that week, and I'm thinking, it's a great business to be in. We're just going to set up cleaners, which again is an automated thing. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering how do you run an Airbnb from a distance, you talk to the guy with a haircut and glasses right here. he has services where it's all automated, all set up. You talk to him later, he'll set you up, and you can basically buy your house, and yeah, it can be done for you at a distance, and then you can be making this money, and you can manage it yourself by respond to emails and things like that, or not. It's up to you. So it's great biz.
Love it, Tony. Love it. And I am not sure if you're looking at the chat, but there's a couple of deals in there. They think you did a good one. You did a good one on this. So congratulations, Tony. And for those who didn't catch what you just said, you're on the inside with a seller who's retiring, who has 50 properties around the 100,000 range to sell. All right. So if someone has sitting on 5 million right now, they want to pick up 50 properties for about 100,000 a pop. And there's I don't know how much due diligence you did on the whole portfolio, Tony, but there must be a dozen or two in there that would be worthy for short term at the very least. And even long-term numbers work in these markets at about 100,000. So, I mean, who are you going to call? Tony, call Tony, or get in touch with JK info@nowfortomorrow.club, and we'll hook you up and see if we can make a deal happen. So if this is something that excites you, heck, we'd love to have you on the next deal reveal. So that's beautiful. So Tony, what would be maybe the one biggest takeaway out of this deal or out of this process that everyone here on the call, we're a good bunch tonight on the call, that you can impart some wisdom to?
It's okay to start throwing offers out there because it may be scary to get in the game, but honestly, an offer is just a text message. And you can go to the ads the owners put up in the social media places, Craigslist, all those places, and then the text messages. Oh, okay, I can't do that, but I have a number, and you can do your haggling just by texting. That is an offer. And if you need to do 5 offers this week, that's only 5 text messages. It's not rocket science. And if they say no, who cares? It's a text message. You don't get to the contract until you've agreed on a price. You know what you're going to make with this, and then you tie it up with a contract, and then you do your haggling once you know what's wrong with the place. So I got an owner of one place to put in an extra support beam, a pump in the basement, and basically they'll jump through some hoops for you for free once it's under contract. So just get in there, send some messages, make some offers, go for it.
I love it. I love it. You got it, Tony. And this all started from a Craigslist off market. This is blueprint stuff. This is blueprint basics. That's where it started. It led to the deal behind the deal, the off market, the connection. This one happened to be on market, but it just goes to show you, right, that the deal can come from any which way and sideways. So thank you so much, Tony. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the share. And go get it. Go get that miracle. You're doing it now for tomorrow. Congratulations, Tony.
Thanks.
All right, excellent. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Another deal reveal from our community. And so hopefully we can see you, and you can join us soon on our next epic bus tour, or our next blueprint, or our next whatever you want, whatever you feel aligned. But if you are interested in the upcoming bus tour, it's going to be virtual, and this is going to be Florida short-term rent focused, just like this property here. How can you get involved in this type of a project and basically do what Tony is doing back in Canton and Akron as well? So this works in more than one place, and we hope that you can join us soon. So that's it. That's our deal reveal. Go get your miracle. Have a great night, everyone. Ciao.